What if I told you there was a way to reply to every lead in under 3 minutes, even while you are sleeping? And I'm talking personalized human-centered replies that close deals for you without lifting a finger. Yeah, that's right. A couple days ago, a winner in my community asked about an AI reply inbox manager that handles all of your replies, even if you're across different time zones. And guess what? This system is priced at $2,000 in other places. But today I'm going to show you how you can build it for free live. Just to give you some context, in order for you to close deals, you need to reply to leads fast. I'm talking 3 to 5 minutes. If you don't, you're losing out on high ticket deals. So our AI inbox manager is going to automatically handle all our campaign replies, positive leads, pricing questions, info requests, all of it. And the best part, AI is going to respond in a way that feels 100% human, making sure the conversation flows just like you would. If this is your first time here, my name is Sam and I scaled a sales team agency from $0 all the way to $80,000 a month in about 8 months. I consult with over 750 lead gen agency on a monthly basis, and many of my viewers have already landed their first clients using this exact same strategies. So trust me, you're in the right place. So first, I'll show you the system I built, walk you through it step by step, and let you see the replies in action live. After that, we'll build a new one together in about 15 to 20 minutes. And at the end, I'm going to drop the free blueprint and description so you can set this up yourself. So if that's something you'd like to see, stay tuned and let's get into it. Okay, so this video is sourced straight out of our community. Saw this YouTube video and thought our fearless leader Saad could probably do better and easier. You helped us with this before, so we could respond to positive leads in our sleep, but this one seems to be going further and doing personalized replies to positives and negative ones. Not sure if necessary, but interesting nonetheless. Yeah, so let's just look over this video. Hopefully it doesn't play.
6 months.
Shit, it did play. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted, but I believe, just go over this. So here's the flow. So this is the flow. And let me just actually go to this YouTube channel. So he basically has an auto reply system that watches the leads, and he probably goes to a knowledge base. I think that's pushing it, in my opinion. You can do something far better just using AI and prompt engineering. And don't get intimidated. This is a big flow, okay? You don't need to have this big flow, okay? Just because it's going to be a lot of troubleshooting and a lot of errors that you don't want to deal with, okay? I believe that systems that I show you in this channel are pretty straightforward, and they make money. It's not those systems that we're just adding modules for no reason, okay? So let's just look at this. I believe it's $2,000 when I looked at this a couple of days ago. Yeah, that's silly. Okay, so they removed the pricing. That's interesting. Okay, so let's just show you the system that I've built, which is, in my opinion, way leaner, more optimized, which is this one. So we're starting with a watch leads model that's going to watch all our instantly campaign replies, and then we're searching the lead, right, in our campaign, and then we're dumping everything to a Google Sheet. And the reason why is because we want to handle duplicates. So if a lead responds to us, we're going to add them to Google Sheets, right? But what if they respond again? Let's say the system runs naturally and the lead responds again. Like, how do we know that this is not a duplicate lead? So we're adding that into a Google Sheets, right? And then that whenever we have a new reply, it's going to check if that lead exists in that Google Sheet. So now we removed all that headache of duplicates, okay? So if the lead doesn't exist in our sheet, we're going to retrieve this lead's info, right? And then we're going to retrieve their engagement, and then we're going to parse their engagement. And then if it doesn't exist, we're going to add it to a Google Sheets. Okay. And then we have basically all the flows that you're going to see. So if a lead is interested, what we're going to do is we're going to scrape their website page, and then we're going to get their latest achievements. So we're going to say, hey, thanks for getting back to me. Congrats on. Okay. And then AI is going to reply, and then we're going to reply to the lead using Instant Leads API. Again, we have another router. If a lead doesn't see the value, they're like, okay, I'm skeptical, etc. We have another reply using AI based on the knowledge base that we have in the community, right? And then we're going to reply to the lead. Just to give you some context, what I mean by knowledge base is we have basically all the example replies, any like reply you can think of that a lead can reply to in your campaign, any question, and we just feed that into AI. We train AI. Okay, if there's this type of response, reply accordingly. Okay. Again, we have another router, lead wants to be removed from the list. Maybe the lead is not interested. We're saying, okay, thank you. And then we're again sending them a customized reply that still pushes for a call. Even if they say, okay, I'm not interested, we can still extract some juice, right? And see if we can get them on a call. And then lead requests details. Again, we have another reply based off AI and the knowledge base. And then again, if a lead is interested, then if the lead is interested, we're going to scrape their website page just because they're interested. And then we're going to send them a dream email by saying, hey, thanks for getting back to me. Congrats on, and then replying to them. And then we're getting them on a call afterwards. And then if the lead is also saying they are working with a competitor. So even if they say, okay, we're working with a competitor, we're basically we've tried sales systems before, etc. Again, we have another reply using AI. Okay. So this is how the flow works, okay? It's pretty lean, straightforward, okay? You're not going to get any issues with this just because there is no unnecessary modules. So you're not going to troubleshoot this every 15 minutes, okay? So now I'm going to go to scenarios. I'm going to show you how we can build something similar to this, okay? So it's pretty straightforward. It's going to take us like 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to create a new scenario. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to handle 3 example replies: interested, not interested, and pricing requests. Okay, so the first step is click on this plus button, look for instantly, and look for watch events. Okay, so now we're going to create a webhook. A webhook is basically where we're going to receive all the data and replies from instantly. So click on this add button. You can name this webhook name whatever you want. I'm just going to name it YouTube Inbox Manager and click on save. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you can add it to your Instantly account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a random Instantly account that I have. I'm going to log in. So once you log into your Instantly account, go to settings. Okay, so I'm going to go to setting, which is right here. And then I'm going to go to integration. And I'm going to go to webhooks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new webhook. So click on add webhook. And then you're going to have to copy this URL, paste that in here. Event type, all events, and campaign. I'm going to choose all campaigns. Add webhook. Okay, so now I click on save, and that's pretty much it. Now, if I click on run once, nothing is going to happen because we haven't received any reply yet. Okay, so if you're wondering what this lightning emoji is, it's basically shows you that the scenario is going to run immediately upon receiving a reply. Okay, so the next step is going to be click on this plus button right now. Go to instantly, we're going to search leads. The reason why we're searching leads is because we want to retrieve their info, okay? For example, if I go to a campaign right here, let's just go to a random campaign. For example, let's go to this campaign right here. Go to leads, and then let's just copy this. Leads email, and then I believe the campaign ID is recruitment to hiring for sales, okay? So recruitment to hiring for sales, click save. Okay. Let me unlink this and just put this right here. Now we changed. Okay. So now it is at regular intervals. So this is not an instant module. This module is going to run every 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on basically your case and how many times you want to run it. Okay. During the day or like on specific dates, etc., days of the week. So if I save this, not yet, and click on run once, I can retrieve the data, which is basically the campaign, the contact, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm going to use this so I can reply to the lead later on. Okay, so the next step now is I'm going to click on this plus button now, and I'm going to go to Google Sheets, and I'm going to look for search rows. Okay, so the reason why is we cannot check for duplicates. And before I actually do this, we're going to go to sheets.new. We're going to create a new sheet. By the way, sheets.new is a domain that was recently created by Google. And essentially, instead of you just going to your Drive and creating a new sheet, you can just go to sheets.new, create a new sheet. Okay, so type of data you want to add depends on you or your specific case, but I would recommend just add first name, last name, email, company, for example, engagement of that lead, so engagement. And then we can also add, dates replied. So dates replied. And then let me add this here. And then let me just bolden up this up. And obviously it's going to be intro. And then let's just name this instantly AI replies, for example. Okay. So now I'm just going to copy this name of the sheet and go back to make. And then the spreadsheet ID is going to be the name. So let me just refresh this so we can get access to it. And then just put this right here, paste that in here. Sheet name is going to be sheet 1 because if you go back, you're going to see sheet 1 right here. And then go back again. And limit, just put 1, okay? Click on save. So now we're going to check for duplicates, okay? The next step is we're going to click on this plus button right now. And what we're going to do is basically we're going to retrieve the leads info. And we're going to use Instantly API documentation to retrieve the leads info. So we're going to go to make a request. So HTTP, make a request. And just to save you time and the hassle of reading through the entire documentation, I'm just going to show you the URL that you're going to go for. So let me go back to my initial flow. And then I'm just going to show you this. So the URL, paste the URL, and it's going to be API instantly, okay? V2, emails, email type, received search. So the search is basically going to be the contact, which is the email. So this is email. Campaign ID is going to be the campaign ID, okay? So in our case, I'm just going to map the campaign ID that I already have, which is campaign. And the email of that person is going to be the contact, which is contact. Okay. Method is going to be, I'm pretty sure it's a post request. Oh, it's a get. Okay. And then it's going to be click on add header. And then it's going to be authorization. So authorization. And it's going to be bearer plus your API token. So you're going to go to your Instantly account. And you're going to go to API keys. And you're going to create a new API key, right? Just name this, for example, example. Scopes are going to be all, and create it. So once you do it, you're just going to have to copy it, go back, and it's going to be bearer. Okay, so bearer API key. Then there you go. So bearer API key, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to parse the response. Okay, so now let me unlink this and show you the data. So run once. There you go. I have a 200 requests, and then the data is items, which is empty. Okay, so it looks like we need to choose a new email. Okay, let's see. Let me actually just go to the replies. Let me just copy this. And it's going to be this email right here. And this campaign is going to be, okay, software 1 hiring for sales. So software hiring for sales, and click save. Now I can get access to this data. Okay, items 1, and there you go. So now I have access to it. Basically, I have the message ID because I'm going to need the message ID so I can reply to it, okay? Because you want to reply to the exact same thread that you received the email at. So makes sense. Then we have the body, basically the text, etc., etc. Awesome. So the next step is I'm going to retrieve the engagements using Claude. Okay, so create a prompt. And then I'm just going to feed in the prompt that I already have already. And then I'm going to go back. Max tokens 36C. I'm going to go to add message. And user content. There's going to be text. And paste that in here. And then just for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to choose lead shows interests and lead requests details. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. So now I'm going to feed in the data, which is the leads reply. So the leads reply is going to be in body text. Yeah. Which is on top, I believe. Yeah. So go to items and it's going to be body text. Okay. And click on save. And the next module is going to be a JSON module. So parse JSON. And then I'm going to add the text response here. And then let's just run once. Okay. So the lead shows interest because that lead said, I believe they said, yes, I'm interested, etc. So yeah, because there was an interested lead. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to have, we're going to click on this plus button and then we're going to add we're going to go to flow control and it's going to be a router. So we're going to add a router and then we're going to handle all of those type of responses. So type 1 is going to be lead shows interest. So I'm going to click here in this first, and it's going to be condition category, and it's going to be lead shows interest. Copy it, and text operator equal to that. Okay. The next router is going to go to lead. Lead. Which one that we actually added here? So lead shows interest. Lead wants to be removed from list. Okay. So lead wants to be removed from list, and it's going to be condition again, category equal to lead wants to be removed from list. Make sure you type in the correct naming convention, and we're going to add another one, which is going to be lead asks for pricing, right? Yeah, lead asks for price. Okay, so lead asks for a price, copy, and condition is going to be category, text operator equal to lead asks for a price, and click on save. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on this plus button right here. So if a lead shows interest, we're going to scrape their website page using Exa. So I'm just going to use Exa, and it's going to be perform a search. And now in terms of search query, I'm just going to map their website, which is website, and then number of results, just one. And category is going to be company, include content and response. Click save. Click on this plus button again, go to Claude, create a prompt. Then we're going to generate a congrats line. So I'm going to go to 7-figure prompts. I'm just going to choose a congrats line prompt, which is, this one. I'm just going to choose this one. And let's see the output of Claude. So max tokens 3060, add messages, click on role, user, content. It's going to be text, paste that in here. And I'm just going to paste in the text right here and click on save. Now, let me auto align this, and I'm just going to run once again. So it's going to go right here, and then I feed the data to Claude. So congrats on the 19 million Series A, bringing enterprise ML deployments from 14 to 4 months from ROI is a game changer in the AI infrastructure space. Okay, great. So now I'm going to generate my dream email by clicking on this plus button, go into not JSON. Let me delete this. That was quick. I'm going to go to tools, and it's going to be set variable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to name this interested. Let's just name this interested reply. And it's going to be thanks for getting back to me. First name, which is the first name of that person. And we're going to add the congrats line, which is going to be congrats. And ideally, when someone is interested, what we want to do is we want to basically just get them on a call. So I'd love to set up a time to talk this week. Which day works better for you? If you have a calendar, shoot it over. I'll book a meeting, or you can use mine if it's more convenient. And I'm going to go to call.com. And the one that I want, I'm just going to paste in I'm just going to go to my process. And book more meetings, click on that. And then I'm just going to copy this. And what you want to do is just add your meeting URL. Thanks, X, or SAD. Let's just put SAD. Thanks, SAD. And obviously sent from my iPhone because it's my signature. It's like my Batman signature. And click on save. So now, if I run once again, I'll have my dream email, which is right here. Thanks for getting back to me, Siroya. Congrats on raising 19 million, enabling AI teams to deploy models with a four times faster path to ROIs, addressing the real bottleneck in enterprise AI adoption. I'd love to set up a time to talk this week. Which day works better for you? If you have a calendar, shoot it over, and I'll book a good meet. Or you can use mine if it's more convenient. Okay, good. So I'm gonna just make this a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to lower the temperature just a tiny bit, 0.9. Okay. I believe now we're going to have better output from Claude. Thanks for getting back to me, Soraya. Congrats on your 19 million Series A. Bridging the gap between DevOps and MLOps is where most platforms fail to deliver. So as you guys can see now, we lowered the temperature and we have a better output, okay? So you can just play around with it until you find the best output. Okay, now, if a lead wants to be removed, okay, if a lead wants to be removed, we're not going to scrape their website page. What we're going to do is, what we're going to do is I'm going to go to create a prompt, and I'm just going to copy the prompts that I already have here, which is this one. Max tokens 3060. User, content, type is going to be text. Paste that in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on save, and I'm just going to copy this. So go to Exa. I believe it's Exa. No, I'm going to go to this module. And I'm just going to copy this, okay? Instead of me just going and looking for it. So let me just paste that in here. Click on save. And now let's just look for a lead that actually was not interested in this campaign. Okay. Go search leads, paste that in here, and let's see the output of Claude. And this campaign was healthcare IT. Okay, click on save and then run once. So there is an issue with JSON. So it looks like, yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to say exclude JSON, click save and run once again. Just because sometimes these AI models might output JSON. Okay, so lead wants to be removed. Okay, now let's just reply. Let's see the reply. Hey Lou, thanks for the quick reply. I totally get where you're coming from. It makes sense that with so many people reaching out, you found what works best for your business model. I appreciate you explaining how most of your business is self-service through the website and that you prefer working with marketing partners who can commit to measurable results. This is a smart approach. No worries at all about passing on this opportunity. If things change down the road, if you ever want to chat about performance-based marketing, I'm here. Thanks for taking the time to respond, and best of luck with everything at Edentech. Take care, and the name. So there you go. This is what I mean by human written email. So chances are, if you're watching this, you're not going to be able to write this. Just be honest with yourself. Even I wouldn't be able to write it. Okay. So let's just let AI do the work. Okay. So, so now that we have this, we're going to reply to the lead. Okay. But before we do that, we're going to tackle the last one, which is going to be lead asks for a price. So if a lead asks for a price, my general recommendation is never talk about the price, okay? Just because any price that you're going to tell them is going to be too high. So just go ahead and basically reply to them accordingly by getting them on a call, saying, hey, let's just get on a call first, okay? And then we're going to discuss pricing. We can say something like, don't worry, pricing is never an issue for our clients. I'll see you in our call and Friday. How does that sound? Okay, so this is an example just on top of my head, okay? I'm going to click on this plus button now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to create a prompt. Max tokens is 3060. And I'm going to show you some prompt engineering. Then it's going to take us 5 minutes. Okay, so add context. So add content, type is going to be text. And then we're going to give Claude a little bit of context about sales system agency. So we are a sales system agency that connects companies with their ideal clients purely off performance, we can send 17 times more than a typical SDR, and our outreach is 60 times more effective. And then what I'm going to do is going to use the same tone that I fed to Claude first. So respond in a casual, friendly manner, using simple language with no jargon, acknowledge the person's points, and show understanding of their unique approach, and keep the conversation. If they ask about pricing, the goal is to give them just a little overview, and get them on a call. Make it feel relaxed, approachable conversation. Okay, let me just map items, body, text, and click save. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's just see if I have a campaign where a person asked for pricing. Let me just copy this, paste that in here. And this campaign is healthcare IT again. Let's just save this, and then let's just check. Okay, so that was an interesting lead. That's fine. Let's just see the interested reply. Congrats on building a diverse tech service portfolio. Maintaining high client loyalty while expanding across multiple industries is